Namaste, my friends, and welcome back. This very short yoga practice will be based on downward facing dog if you want to improve your flexibility and calm your mind. This is a practice for you. But be careful if you have a high blood pressure or maybe you have a headache, better to choose some different practice. Let's start. Please take a seated position with your legs crossed in any comfortable pose, and we simply bring our hands on our thighs. We close our eyes, bring shoulders up, back and down, and we start with 3 long and deep breaths, starting with the belly, going all the way to the chest and clavicle region with the inhale, and with the exhale in the opposite direction, clavicle region, chest and belly. Breathing with the nose. One more inhale. And exhale. Now we bring both of the hands, interlock the fingers and stretch high up, warming up our spine. Couple movements to the right and to the left. Once again to the center. With the exhale, we bring our right hand behind of our back and our left one goes on the right thigh, and we twist to the right with a complete straight back. You can gaze as far away as possible, also working on your gaze, on your eyes, making the exercise for our side. Once again, hands up, interlock the fingers, stretch up. And now in the opposite direction, the left hand goes behind the back, the right hand goes on the left thigh, and we twist to the left, gazing behind the left shoulder. Breathing with the belly. Once again to the center. Stretch and release. Now we go into the cat pose or tabletop pose. Asana. Be sure that your palms are under your elbows and elbows up completely under your shoulders. And your knees are under your pelvis as well. For now, we have our toes tucked under this way, and we keep on warming up our back. So with the inhale, we gaze up, we arc our back, and pelvis goes all the way high, all the way up. With the exhale, we round the back. We gaze towards our belly or towards the floor, trying to push away with our hands. Couple inhale and exhale. Now to the neutral position. We unite our legs, so our knees and our feet are together, and we go sitting on our toes this way, so the toes are tucked under. It can be challenging for some, be careful. If it's very hard for you to keep your back straight and go and bring all of the weight back, you can stay here. For now, it's important to stretch nicely our feet for the downward facing dog. So you can stay here if you can. Back is completely straight, and we do 3 full yogic breaths. If you want, you can simply do it this way, or you can do it with me while raising our hands. So with the inhale, we start breathing with our belly, bringing air there, then towards the chest, raising a bit the shoulders, and now exhale all the way down, shoulders, chest, belly. 2 more times. Focusing on our breathing, calming the mind. again the last time. Starting with the belly, chest, clavicle, and exhale, clavicle goes down, chest goes down, and then all the air through from the belly. Once again, to the cat pose. From here, we start raising our pelvis and going into the downward facing dog. I don't want you to go immediately in your final version. We're simply warming up. So the knees bend and we're pushing away with our hands. Try to make one straight line from the hands to till your pelvis. The neck is completely relaxed. The knees are bent. And you can start doing some paddling if you want. The goal here is not to put your heels on the ground. Now we bend the right leg and try to glue it towards our belly. And we try to bring the left heel on the ground. In this position, we stay for 3 breaths. If you're slipping, check your palms. They should be nicely glued to the floor. So your fingers are widespread this way, and maybe even like grabbing with the fingertips as well. So try to kind of like, if your life depends on it. So in some cases it does, if you're doing the climbing on the rocks. But here, you know, like widespread and also pushing this feeling. It's also possible that you have a very bad yoga mat. So try to use the ground or the floor. Sometimes it's even better. For this practice, it's crucial that you're not sleeping, or at least that you're not sleeping because of the bad surface that you have. So here, once again, the right leg is bent, the left one is outstretched. And now we change. So the left one is bent, is on the toes, and the right one is trying to get all the way down. We're trying to put our heel on the ground. Keep on pushing away with your hands, neck is relaxed. Continue breathing with the belly. Now both legs bend in the knees, and now we're trying to outstretch all of them. Inhale, exhale. With the next inhale, we go into the Asana pose and the cat pose. Here we stay for inhale and exhale. Once again, feet together, knees together. We go sitting on our toes, which is not very comfortable maybe. And we do the full yogic breath once again with our hands. Inhale. And exhale. Once again, tabletop pose, cat pose, like this. And raise our pelvis. Another time, trying to go into downward facing dog, into Adho mukha svanasana. Legs are bent in the knees. Once again, paddling. Now we bring the right foot in the middle and the left one goes up. Be sure that the pelvis is square and you're not sliding. So pushing away with your hands. Neck is relaxed. You can even tuck the toes under this way. Don't point your toes. This way it will be easier to be sure that the pelvis is square. 3 breaths in this position. 1 more breath remaining. Very long inhale. Exhale, we change. So now the left foot is in the middle and the right one goes up. Don't try to pull it all the way up. It's not the split. I simply want you to be sure that the pelvis is square and to raise your right foot. It can be as high as that. Important to feel the stretching, nice stretching in the back side of your left leg. Pushing away with your hands. Try not to slip. Just in case, adjust the distance between the feet and your hands. One more inhale. Exhale. Now symmetrical downward facing dog. Your foot are at the hip distance. Inhale, exhale. With the inhale, we go into the cat pose. Here, inhale, exhale to even the pressure. With the next inhale, we're raising our knees this way. And now we will do the Ustrasana pose. So if you're new to this, you have some back problems, I want you simply to bring your hands on the lower part of your back this way and trying to open your chest and bring your chest as high as possible. So staying in this position is already perfect. Continue simply breathing. If you want, we go all the way to the Ustrasana pose by bringing our hands on the heels this way, gazing all forward or all the way up, the way you prefer. Be careful with your neck. 3 breaths in this position. Focus on the elongating of your back, on the raising of your chest, on bringing down your shoulders. Strengthen your glutes. There should be no pain in the back. Inhale with the exhale. We sit on our toes this way and we go again into the cat pose. From here, raising the pelvis and downward facing dog. Pushing away with our hands, trying to put the heels on the ground. Inhale, exhale. Now the left hand goes in the middle. Be sure it's nicely glued and not going anywhere. The right hand tries to grab or the shin or the ankle. Be sure not to open. Pelvis remains square. You're gazing or towards your belly, towards the belly button, or towards the ground. 3 breaths. Trying to outstretch your legs, your back, your hand, your arm, everything. 3-leg dog. It's not an easy pose. With the next inhale, we go once again into the downward facing dog. Here, 1 inhale and exhale. Now we change the side. So the right hand goes in the middle, nicely glued, and the left one goes and grabs the opposite shin or ankle. If it is hard for you to grab the opposite, you can grab the same one. So with the left hand, you grab the left ankle. But let's make it a bit more challenging. 2 more breaths. Focus on your breath. Exhale, both hands in front of you, downward facing dog once again. Two more breaths, very deep. Pushing away with your hands, trying to pull your tailbone all the way up, trying to outstretch your legs. With the next inhale, very, very slowly, we go into the cat pose. Here, don't forget, inhale, exhale. Now unite your feet and your knees. Point your toes and we go into the Vajrasana position, relaxing our hands in Dhyani Mudra. So one hand is on top of the other, the right hand is on top of the left one, and unite the thumbs try to sit not between your heels, but on the heels. So the heels are touching one another. It will be a bit more challenging. 2 more breaths in this position, relaxing our body, calming our breath, and most important, relaxing our wrists. Once again, tabletop position, asana. Your feet are at the hip distance and your hands are at the shoulder distance. Inhale, exhale, and now we raise the pelvis and go into the downward facing dog. One last time. In this position, we stay for 5 long breaths, trying to incorporate all of the muscles of our body to stay as comfortably as we can by relaxing in this pose, by pushing away with our hands. In the same way, we don't need to raise our shoulders this way. So the shoulders are down, and try with your shoulders kind of like to bring them all the way in front. Another feeling that I want you to have is like someone is pushing from front all the way back to pushing on your pelvis. This way, your heels will go lower, a bit lower, let's say. If you have someone to help you, very carefully, because this may be dangerous. If you still need to do some paddling, do this. Do whatever do whatever you feel is right for today. Inhale and exhale. And the last time, inhale, exhale. With the next inhale, we bring our knees on the ground. We cross our shins and we go into the seated position like in the very, very beginning. Close our eyes, bring our hands on our thighs, on our knees. And now we will do the small pranayama. We will breathe with our belly as we did today for quite some times. I want you to do that 10 inhale and exhale with the belly. So the only part of our body moving in this pranayama is our belly. You can start when you want. Inhale, belly increases, comes forward. Exhale, goes all the way towards the back. This way we're massaging our abdominal organs, we're improving the digestion, rejuvenating all of the organs of our abdominal zone. And also we're calming ourselves. Relax also your face. The only part which is not relaxed is your back because it needs to be straight. And the rest of the body is completely relaxed. One more inhale. And exhale. Thank you so much for joining me on the yoga mat, for practicing. I will see you soon.